standing still, which is yeah, it's weird. All eyes on the AMC.
Yeah, not much is moving indeed.
Let's see here. Yeah, you can't. You need to remember that back in like 2017, 2016, the stock was actually priced at these levels. So that we go down from here is pretty unlikely.
And then for anybody who is listening, Isaias and we will try to have me stream this for you guys, so we can watch it live. Just let us figure this out real quick.
Let's see. Six.
Yeah, the sales are excluding Black Widow, Jungle Cruise, Green Knight, and a bunch other of the big ones that came out.
Interesting.
I mean, they're still great sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Q3 might have some banger results.
Hey guys,
Jon
just
Snow.
looking at the AMC earnings report and just looking at the stock. So just comment some questions
Long
if you
as
have
the
any.
Delta is
And
not
I'm in the
gonna
Discord right now, so you guys can hear the
do
audio.
much.
And I'm gonna be talking throughout it. I'm just a little busy right now, but if you guys have any questions, I'll
It's gonna
definitely
be
answer.
even
Just
better
put it
and
in the
better.
comments in the live chat.
And anybody who is listening in and that is waiting for these for the earnings conference call to happen, give us 1 second. We are working with admin right now to see if I'll be able to stream this for you guys.
Has anybody received an email from AMC with the earnings report in it?
Nope.
Nope.
I just saw it online. I just read it through.
I just got
Yeah,
it.
same. Yeah, everything is already in DD and online. Current price hanging around the 35.75. Or how long do the after hours keep going?
Till 8 p.m. I think.
How many minutes, hours is that?
Oh, it's about like I don't know, 2 to 3, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I live in like Europe, in Sweden, so
Yeah.
I know these times.
3 more hours, people saying. Until after hours. That's nice. I think we're gonna see a little bit more spikes if we're gonna see more happiness in the webcast. What's going on, Sagat? Showing his laptop off the table. After hours are until 8 p.m. EST.
It's only us two left in
I
here.
think so.
Hmm.
Yeah, Mobius is trying to fix the streaming part.
Yeah, the stream. Yeah, okay, I see. Anyone else want to join us? Talk about some. Let's see here.
Anything about stocks? About
Yeah.
maybe the topic of today, AMC or cars? Or just want to have a nice
Or
chat.
cars.
Yeah, cars is also a topic of today. If you really like to share something.
Wait, I will call my friend. He also bought the stock today. I just want to hear what he says. Okay. So
Yeah,
be quiet.
sure.
Okay. Wait.
If it's not inappropriate. Yes, G. I think the topic was cars, right? At least we've been talking about cars earlier. It would
Wait,
have
let
been
me see.
awkward.
Let me see if he answers here. So I will try to translate to you. Just 1 second. Wait.
Oh, what was that? I'm looking at that.
Hmm.
Who sent that Twitter thing? It was a big dip. Yeah, Space Monkey. Currently, the admins and moderators are working on it to play it. Resync.
Can't get this to work.
Drinkwater says, I have Cheetos popcorn ready to munch on. What's next do you have on standby? I really have just my water because it's almost bedtime for me here in Europe. I need to go to work tomorrow, so I'm not gonna like make it very, very late. Are you chewing on something, Gabbies?
No, not currently. Where in Europe do you live? I hear it's 11 p.m. right now, so it's getting a bit late.
Yeah, same for me. I'm from the Netherlands. Where are you from?
I live in Sweden. I live in Sweden, so
Ah.
yeah, it's close, but not that close.
I've been in Sweden once, in Stockholm.
Stockholm, yeah, it's a okay city.
Yeah, I really like that old town, old part of it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is, but you know, lately, yeah, I live far away from Stockholm. You know, the people are very different in different regions here.
Yeah, I can imagine. So 5 more minutes until the webcast. Mobius, you have any news for us? Positive?
Yeah, we're trying to get it. We're trying to get it to work right now. One second.
Got a lot of listeners. Yes, everybody who wants to listen with us, it's AMC Birdie. You need to turn on, right?
Yeah, the volume is increasing a lot. We're currently going a bit down here, which is good. You know, everything can go straight up. Hopefully we'll see a rebound soon. Yeah, if we could close about 35.5, that would be very good for tomorrow's session as well.
Everybody who is listening, turn on AMC Birdie to hear the webcast. Click on AMC Birdie and you can drag the volume up. If you have some trouble, maybe try to restart your Discord or rejoin the voice channel. If you're not able to join anymore, there will be people posting the link to follow the podcast or the webcast yourself. But you have to log in. I already want to thank the mods and admins for making this happen. Current price is 35.13. Dropped a little bit.
Yeah, we have a lot of volume, so we're going to see volatility here.
1 more minute till the webcast. Make sure to turn on AMC Birdie.
7.5.
We have over 300 people listening. God, we love this community. G is also saying, always huge thank to all of the admins, moderators, speakers, enforcers, and everyone posting their DD. Thank you. Indeed, thanks to everybody who makes this community big. And that's you.
This call is starting now.
So we do have this live stream. We just can't get the audio, guys. We're trying to get the audio for you guys here. 1 second.
Wait, what do you mean? I can hear the... From where are you?
Hello, guys. Can you guys hear the earnings call? Playing in the
Yeah.
background.
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Webcast,
and
we
free
may
cash
reference
flow,
measures
constant
such as
currency,
adjusted
among
EBITDA,
others,
and free cash
which
flow,
are non-GAAP
constant
financial
currency,
measures,
among other
measures. For a full
which are non-GAAP
reconciliation
financial
of our non-GAAP measures to GAAP
full
results, please see our
reconciliation
earnings release
of our
posted in the
non-GAAP
investor relations section of our website earlier today.
the investor relations section.
After our
of our
prepared
website
remarks,
earlier
there will
today.
be a Q&A, question and
After our
answer
prepared
session.
remarks, there will be a
This
Q&A
afternoon's webcast is
question
being
and answer session.
This afternoon's webcast is being recorded, and a replay will be available in the investor relations section of our website at amctheaters.com later today. With that, I'll turn the call over to Adam.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. The second quarter of 2021 was another very important quarter for AMC. We have a lot to talk about on this call as to the considerable progress towards recovery that AMC is making, and we have some real news to break today as well that will be new information to all of you. Before we go there in detail, I first would like to express a very warm welcome to what from past experience makes us believe that more than 10,000 individual AMC investors will be listening live to this webcast. And another warm welcome to the at least hundreds of thousands, if not millions of our investors who will be listening to replays, reading our press releases, and AMC Investor Connect communications, or following on Twitter and other social media platforms our earnings report and the accompanying new news that we'll be discussing later in the call. Realizing that it is these investors who now actually own control of AMC Entertainment Holdings, for the first time ever, later in this call, we will answer a potpourri of questions that have been submitted to us directly by our shareholders. As to our second quarter performance, I think you can see from the release that was issued after the market closed today, we're making tremendous progress as our business emerges from the impact of COVID-19. This progress can be seen not only in our operating statistics and financial performance, but also by the significant strengthening of our balance sheet. AMC is stronger today than it has been at any point since the pandemic forced the closure of all our theaters in March of 2020. Our quarter-ending liquidity at the end of Q2 on June 30 is actually once again at a 100-year high. Now that's precisely what we said on the Q1 call when we reported to you that at March 31 we had $1 billion of quarter-ending liquidity, and that was the highest quarter-ending liquidity that AMC had ever had. Well, in Q2, mostly May and June, we raised another $1.25 billion of fresh equity capital, and our cash burn was meaningfully less than we had previously experienced in recently past quarters. So, we ended Q2 with some $2 billion of liquidity. That's cash in the bank and undrawn revolver. And just a short 3 months later from our last call, that $2 billion figure is literally double the Q1 mark. A new record, doubling the old record that was set just 91 days prior. As for our earnings in Q2, thanks to rising attendance, increased ticket prices, achieved both through mix changes and actual price increases, soaring food and beverage revenues per patron, a relentless focus on cost containment, and the pruning of marginal theaters from our network, our financial results in Q2 were well ahead of our own and consensus third-party expectations. In short, AMC crushed it in Q2. You've already seen some of the highlight headline numbers. An EBITDA loss of only $151 million, an EPS loss of only 71 cents per share. Gross CapEx expenditures in Q2 2021 of only $17.9 million. These are very strong metrics across the board performance by AMC compared to what many people, ourselves included, thought might happen in Q2 of 2021. And here are more operating statistics that also suggest things are improving at AMC as 2021 unfolds. Overall ticket admissions revenue in the United States in 2021 versus 2019 pre-pandemic. So this is overall ticket admissions revenue in the U.S. Well, it was 13% of what it was 2 years ago in this year's Q1. But it was 29% of what it was 2 years ago in Q2 of 19. And so far, in the first weeks of Q3, we're running 45% of our 2 years ago levels. So Q1, it was 13% of what it was. Q2, 29% of what it was. Q3 so far, 45% of it was. It's still down, but the trend line shows significant improvement. And even that's somewhat misleading because we've reduced so many showtimes at our theaters to save on theater operating expenses, which partially mitigate those revenue declines. So if instead, rather than just looking at ticket admission revenues, if one looks instead at capacity utilization, that's the percentage of seats that we sold as a total of what was available for sale, you'd see that our capacity utilization was 41% in Q1 of 2021 of what it was 2 years ago in Q1. It was 61% of 2 years ago levels in Q2 and 68% of 2 years ago levels so far in Q3. Again, capacity utilization, 41% in Q1, 61% in Q2, 68% so far in Q3. Again, that trend line is pointing up. We certainly have a way to go, but progress is clear. And we should be getting to play a lot more big movie titles in the balance of Q3 and Q4 2021 as contrasted with what was shown in our theaters in the first 6 months of this year. Incidentally, we see the same exact positive trends at our European theaters. Let's start with 2021 admission revenues. In Q1 of 2021, there was a pretty bleak 2% of 2019 levels. 2%. In Q2, it was 18% of 2019 levels. But so far in Q3, we're now running at 57% of 2019 levels. 2, 18, 57. Clearly an upwards trend. The same holds true for that same capacity utilization statistic in Europe for us. In Q1, our capacity utilization in 2021 was 53% of the 2019 level. In Q2, it's 56% of the 2019 level. But so far in Q3, it's 69% of the 2019 level. 53, 56, 69. Again, up arrows, with ways still to go for sure, but up arrows nonetheless. Despite the financial and operating results which suggest we're on a path to recovery, I want to assure you there are no victory laps being taken. We are still losing money. We are still burning cash. We're burning less of it, but we're using cash, not generating cash. So we're not out of the woods yet. We do still live in a COVID-infected world. But fortunately, we can see a light at the end of this tunnel. Vaccination rates have climbed quickly in 2021. And the counterintuitive result of this new Delta variant is that vaccinations likely will continue to rise. And vaccination increasing is very important for AMC and for the movie theater industry generally. No one has a perfect crystal ball, of course, but based on what we know and what we see today, we currently estimate that AMC's theater-level cash flows will turn positive in Q4 of this year, assuming that we all see at least a $5.2 billion domestic box office cumulatively for the year. Now, there are some naysayers who are quick to point out the size of our debt load. What they do not bother to mention, perhaps because it does not fit their narrative, is that we have smartly laddered that debt. We have no debt maturities at all until 2023. And most of our maturities do not come before 2026. This gives us considerable time to deleverage our company, to further strengthen our balance sheet, and to refinance our liabilities. and hopefully in better times. I'm reminded in all of this that there were those who were absolutely certain, they just knew that AMC would file for bankruptcy in calendar year 2020 or early in 2021. At AMC, we proved them wrong. There are those who were sure that our recovery in Q2 would be slower than is the current reality. Again, the Q2 numbers for AMC have proved them wrong as well. But there are those still who continue to forecast the demise of the theatrical exhibition business overall, or maybe they just want to predict the demise of AMC. They say that streaming is going to beat us. That's their conventional wisdom. Well, a lot of people mock conventional wisdom because so often it's just plain out wrong. You've likely heard before this mantra, maybe even repeated it yourself. Radio was going to kill off movie theaters. TV was going to kill off movie theaters. VCRs was going to kill off movie theaters. DVDs were going to kill off movie theaters. Each time, movie theaters proved resilient. Americans went to a movie theater 1 billion times in 2019. That's 1 billion with a B. And the global box office in 2019 was a record high $43 billion. Yes, there was a pandemic, but now streaming is going to kill off theaters, we breathlessly hear. Well, at AMC, we intend with all of our might and brains and heart and sinew to prove those procrastinators and prognosticators wrong too. I'm now going to turn over the call to our Chief Financial Officer, Sean Goodman.
Can you guys hear Birdie in here? I think he went out.
I do not hear Birdie now.
Yeah, Birdie needs a fix real quick. They're going over CFO material now, which is pretty important.
I'm working on it. Give me 1 minute.